Shehzad Poonawalla, start by responding to the charges being flung by the opposition. One, by naming Bihar and Andhra Pradesh as often as the finance minister did. It's in some ways made public the political weakness of the government, that there is a dependence on allies from Bihar and Andhra Pradesh, which is why she had to mention two states disproportionately. Other states weren't mentioned. States like Haryana, Jharkhand, Maharashtra are election bound, and the opposition is trying to use this to pin your government down, saying that hamare state ko kuch nahi mila, and where you've got political dependence, those are the states that seem to have benefited. Shehzad Poonawalla.
Actually, Rahul, all of these allegations are in the realm of Chehra Bachao allegations, because they didn't have really anything substantial to say about the budget. They have indulged in what I call MSP, maximum siyasat and politics, and let me expose why I say that. First of all, there's an old saying, झाकी रही भावना जैसी प्रभु मुहूर्त दिखे तिन तैसी. As far as mentioning the names of states is concerned, there is not a single budget of the UPA where all states were mentioned. But in the year 2012-13, as soon as the ADMK came to power in Tamil Nadu, the usual the name of Tamil Nadu was dropped from the budget speech, which was continuing from 2006 to 12. But having said that, let me come to the facts today. The fact today is that they have said that, oh look, Andhra and Bihar have been given, but, and I quote Mr. Kharge, Karnataka, Kerala, Odisha, Himachal, in states ko kuch nahi mila. Madam Priyanka Chaturvedi has said Maharashtra Virodhi budget tha. Now let me quote you some facts. You know, out of the 12,40,000 crores which have been allocated to the states by the center, you know which state has got the highest? Uttar Pradesh, 2,23,000 crores. The UPA used to give 59,000 crores. Second is Bihar, 1,25,000 crores. Third is Madhya Pradesh, 97,000 crores. Fourth is, please hear this, 93,000 crores for West Bengal. Much more than Maharashtra. Maharashtra is 78,000 crores. But the total picture of Maharashtra has to be seen with the fact that the port of 76,000 crores plus 8,000 crores worth of special schemes were given. Now let's come to the other facts. Andhra Pradesh, 50,474 crores comes at 9th position, which is at 8th position. Tamil Nadu, 50,873 crores. By the way, this is not something that is done during the Chunav. Let me give you some more facts, because Rahul, I remember your promo. It always says, I have the data, and here tonight, I have the data. Bihar between 2004 to 14 got 2.75 lakh crores. This is through devolution and grants. Between 2014 to 24, before this budget, Bihar got 9 lakh crores. Nothing to do with the current change in the situation in the JDU's position was vis-a-vis this government. Let me give you another fact. Tamil Nadu.
Okay, I think you've spoken enough. You've set the stage for this debate. I'll come back to you for more later. Priyanka Chaturvedi, the response from the BJP is that the... I'll come back to you. Shehzad, I'll come back to you. You've had an adequate opportunity to set the stage for this debate. I'll come back to you.
Just one line.
Okay, one line. Okay, go on. One line.
I'll sum it up in one line. Rahul, even in the India alliance, there is so much confusion that in Bihar, Patna, Laluji's wife says, Rabdi ji says, कि बिहार को झुंझुना मिला, and in Delhi, Kharge ji says कि इनकी थाली में पकोड़ा और जलेबी डाल दी गई. I think to first of all say like this about any state is very demeaning towards the people of Bihar.
Okay, that's your one line. Now, Priyanka Chaturvedi,
should I believe pakoda? Should I believe झुंझुना?
You know, the finance minister said in parliament that even when our government wasn't in power and other parties were, the finance minister would never mention every state and what allocations being made for every state. That as is always the case, there are state-specific allocations for all states, including Maharashtra from where you come, and therefore there is nothing amiss in the manner in which she presented the budget. That's the argument. You heard Shehzad Poonawalla, your initial response.
No, I'm not going to be going on the basis of their argument and what their minister has to say to defend herself. I will speak for what Maharashtra, as an MP from Maharashtra in the Rajya Sabha, I'm going to speak for what we were expecting of Maharashtra. And having said that, we did not want her to name any of the states. You are a Union Minister of India. You're the Finance Minister of India. You're not the Finance Minister of Bihar or Andhra Pradesh because you repeatedly took their name. We didn't ask you to take all these names. When a Finance Minister of India speaks, she speaks for whole of India. She speaks about, if she has 1 rupee in her kitty, she ensures that 1 rupee is well spread out so that whichever state needs more hand-holding will be given to them, whichever state needs maybe lesser hand-holding will be allocated to them. Not on the basis of politics, but on the basis of equity. That is where I come from, and that is what the argument has been with most of the opposition. that some states were favored simply because at this point in time, they were facing a challenge from their own alliance partners about declaring either Andhra Pradesh and Bihar as a special state. And the special status that they get would have helped them in the future development projects that were to come, because central government puts in more money than the state government, but that was denied to them. And you'll make an argument about what Rabri Devi ji is saying, she's actually right. That instead of a special status, you'll have agreed not even on a special package, some money allocated to y'all. 1,20,000 crore was the package, special package that Prime Minister Modi had promised to the people of Bihar about 8 to 10 years back. What happened to that? You could have at least matched up to that. Nothing else. Again, now I shall repeat and continue to repeat. The problem is that this is perhaps the first time in the history of India that a union minister has shown discriminatory tactics so that she feels that she has contributed and done a huge service to her government by ensuring that this becomes Pradhan Mantri Sarkar Bachao Yojana.
Okay. Now,
by the virtue of not that we are asking her to take all the names, but at least ensure there's equitable income spread.
Rajat Sethi, the opposition says, and you just heard Priyanka, yes, it's correct that you can't name every state, but we didn't ask you to name any state. We didn't say spend the first 20 minutes of your budget largely around Bihar and Andhra Pradesh. The fact that you do this shows your dependence on these allies, which is very different from what the country's seen over the past 10 years. And with the fact that you got elections now in Haryana, Jharkhand and Maharashtra, it also exposes the BJP to attacks from the opposition कि हमें कुछ नहीं दिया, Andhra और Bihar को दे दिया. You know, in Maharashtra, in Haryana and Jharkhand, that's a narrative the opposition will now try and push.
See, Rahul, I agree with you. This battle is not battle about the financial policy of government of India or otherwise. This battle is how does one bloc versus the other tries and captures the narrative. Prime Minister has, tried his level best to present a very fiscally prudent budget there, and therefore, which is, by the way, centered around jobs and address the core issue, the core elephant in the room, which was joblessness and jobless growth. So he tried to, address that front on. The opposition strategy has been to completely capture the narrative and drive it into another direction. And that is the plain politics that is going on. But below that layer, the precursor to this budget, if you go back to February, when the, vote on account was passed, remember states like Tamil Nadu, like Telangana, Karnataka, Kerala, they put up 80 feet hoardings saying zero budget allocation to these states. So the opposition party has, in their respective states, have been consistently using this theme. They've been consistently using this fault line to convince the population of India living in southern states that not enough fiscal parity is there in the minds of Prime Minister Modi's government. So this narrative has been consistently being peddled, and it is actually drawing a lot of support among the people living in southern India. That needs to be tackled head on by the BJP. So therefore, optic-wise, if you go out and put out so many mentions of Bihar and Andhra Pradesh, I would say that the BJP in the next day should have actually come out with a public declaration of the allocation so that you can nip this narrative in the bud itself, so that the opposition doesn't get an opportunity to run with it and create ruckus in the party.
Juhi Singh, is this what is at play? It's not about what has been allocated in the budget to these states. It's about trying to build a political narrative by claiming victimhood, by claiming that Haryana got nothing, Maharashtra got, Jharkhand got nothing. This is really being done by the opposition with an eye on the assembly elections, because very obviously the opposition is not going to stand up and say, oh, our fiscal deficit is coming down from 5.1 to 4.9, more bond money is going to come into India, this is fantastic because we are now joining the global bond markets. You're not going to praise the budget for anything it does, and therefore you're just looking for the best opportunity to attack it, and this suits you.
Rahul, I think this budget, the two people said, it's all about policy failures and the lack of policy implementation by the government. And yes, after 10 years, and we do have our data. So job creation, somebody talked about. How are you going to do that? Your skill development ministry, that means, needs to be abolished, because the direct scheme, which you are being very proud of announcing, is that you are over 5 years, you are going to skilled 1 crore workers in the 500 companies, that's about 4,000 people per year. When we look at joblessness, and your own economic survey reveals that 50% or 51% of our graduates are not job worthy. So there is something wrong in the system. Or systemic failures that you cannot even have an education system which actually equips your students to be ready for the challenges and to make them get ready for secure jobs. Let's just go through the data. In UP, for 60,000 vacancies in the police, we had 48 lakh applications. We just saw for 15 vacancies about 1,000 people queuing up in a private company. Again, in SSC exams, there were about for 7,500 jobs. Again in UP, we had about 24 lakh applications. So that's the situation of joblessness which you are facing. Again, you said that agriculture, data, you are saying you allocated 1.5 lakh crores. So now that is a decline from 2019 to 20, and especially in the post-COVID period when agricultural distress is real. Agriculture has declined. The growth in agriculture has declined to 1.7 from 4.7 or something. So what is the booster you're giving to agriculture? What is the guarantee or even the support you're going to give the farmers to even attain MSP? How are they going to get their input costs recovered, make profit?
So let's spend a moment on that, Shehzad, because we saw
MSMEs.
Rahul Gandhi also go out and meet leaders from the Kisan Morcha. They seem to be planning another big agitation now. It will have an impact on Haryana by not mentioning Haryana, giving it some special treatment like you gave for Bihar and Andhra Pradesh. Is the BJP running the risk, as Rajat Sethi says, of letting the opposition build this mahal? Haryana ke kisanon ko kuch nahi mila, Maharashtra's got nothing, Bengal is claiming victimhood, Jharkhand has an election, that you've kind of now in an attempt to try and appease Bihar and Andhra Pradesh, from where you've got crucial allies on whom your government's fate depends, you've potentially run the political risk of antagonizing other election-bound states.
Rahul, I was just quoting data to you. Karnataka between 2004 to 14 and 14 to 24 has got 3.5 times more money. Tamil Nadu got 2.5 times more money. So by that logic, were we trying to appease Tamil Nadu and Karnataka too? The logic has to apply similarly. Point number 2. Maharashtra, let me take this and give you some facts. In 2012, 2013, 2014, the average allocation for Maharashtra was 15,000 crores. Today it is 78,000 crores. Today it is 76,000 crore port. There is 8,500 crore of special projects. There's 8 lakh crore of infrastructure projects that are going on. And there is another 36,000 crore of projects which the Prime Minister unveiled in July just recently. But having said that, why doesn't this get communicated, addressing Rajat's point? Rajat, I am the national spokesperson of the BJP. I have actually done videos. I have sent it to all the journalists, especially also on this channel, but it does not run. Just like the fact that 1,200 farmers committed suicide in Karnataka, Rahul Gandhi goes and meets farmers. I, as the national spokesperson of the BJP, took a stand and I asked Rahul Gandhi that Rahul Gandhi and many journalists who support him, why don't you take a stand on 1,200 farmers committing suicide? Not a word of mine is run. I don't know why I'm locked out. The fact is that Telangana farmer committed suicide on air, on camera, and said Congress people grab my land. Not a word was run. I gave a story about how MSP, which was fixed by the center in Punjab for Moong Dal, the Bhagwant Mann government said we will procure 100% of it. 2 years down the line, 99% was procured at private sector hands at less than 700 or 800 rupees from the MSP. Not a word of it is carried. The job issue, let me come to that as well. The Gujarat video went very viral. This channel also showed it, Rahul. I don't fault you for that. But I sent this channel and other channels how Jharkhand SPOs were beaten up, how Jharkhand Shiksha teachers who were demanding jobs were beaten up. In Telangana, people who were demanding the
So I hear what you're saying. Your charge is that there is
not a word
hypocrisy and selectivism. And let Priyanka Chaturvedi respond that when opposition leaders, and this point was made, when people die in Tamil Nadu, the opposition doesn't cry foul. You're picking on the BJP because you're trying to build a political narrative around it. That's really what this is down to. There is nothing else. This is just rank politics. There's no larger good that you are seeking. This is just pure political opportunism. Priyanka Chaturvedi.
No, BJP can keep alleging what they want to allege. But the fact of the matter is that when we were seeking the Rajaji Marg land, the salt pan lands for the metro car shed, to ensure that metro forest is not, the RA jungles are not destroyed, It was blocked by the Supreme Court because we were in power at that time. Blocked by the government of India at that time. Piyush Goyal ji took it to the Supreme Court and blocked that takeover. Now what is happening? The same part of land and parcel of land is being handed over to Adani under the garb of Dharavi redevelopment project. And RA Forest stands destroyed thanks to whatever they have done and all the development that is going on around that. So having said that, that hypocrisy, I don't need to selectively pick and choose where we are seeing Bharatiya Janata Party do what they want. They are blocking funds of West Bengal. They are blocking funds of Tamil Nadu. They blocked even the GST collections of Maharashtra when we were in power. They blocked vaccines coming to us. We had more population than Gujarat, but it was blocked. Gift City has gone to Gujarat. IFSC has gone to Gujarat. The headquarters of cement factories have moved to Gujarat. Surat the diamond bourse that was the mainstay of Mumbai was taken away to Gujarat. It's just another fact that Surat is not conducive for their businesses. That's why they're returning back. I can name many other states.
Okay.
You can pick and choose the data you want, right? I will speak for every, let's say farmers of Tamil Nadu.